Good morning. It's 9 a.m. So we're going to get started. And if somebody else joins us, then that'd be great. Let's go ahead and get started on your back. So get on your mat. And by the way, if you have a block, it might come in handy for the rest of your practice. So go ahead and grab your block. You want to put the block right next to you and just lie down on your back. And as you lie down on your back, just kind of move around a little bit. It's always nice to just nice and slow and gently move. So maybe moving your knees side to side, whatever comes to you naturally. Maybe you like to pick up your feet off the ground, just kind of rock on your back side to side. Maybe you like to move your arms up and down, whatever organically you feel like you need to move your body just for a few moments. And then once you kind of feel feeling sensations in your body, then just kind of find stillness. And as you find stillness, go ahead and bring your feet flat on the floor. Make sure that the back of your neck is long. Notice if the chin is jutting up towards the sky. Can you pick up your head and gently place your head back down so that the back of the neck is nice and long? Your chin is gently moving towards the sternum. Your palms are up, shoulder blades are tucked down the back behind your lungs. And then notice any kind of sensations in the body. Notice the areas of tightness. Notice the areas of spaciousness. So we always unintentionally go towards the tension. So notice if there's areas that you're open, you feel spacious. And then notice your mood this morning, your emotions. Just become a keen observant of your own sensations, your mood. Notice your mind. Notice if your thoughts are scattered or are you focused. There is no judgment whatsoever. We're just beginning to really notice what's going on in and outside the body. And then notice your breath. Notice if your natural breathing this morning is deep or is it shallow. And again, there's no judgment. And then perhaps begin to put a count to the length of your breath. So see if you can inhale for 4 counts and exhale for 4 counts. Whatever your natural rhythm of breath is, can you make your exhalation the same length as the inhalation? So if you're naturally inhaling for 5 or 6 counts, can your exhalations be for the same length, 5 or 6 counts? And we'll just do this for a few more moments, just so that we can really find our breath, find our connection to the breath, and find our bodies in the present moment. And each time you find your mind wandering, just bring your awareness back to your breath. Maybe you can even begin to hear your own breath. Maybe you can begin to even hear your own heart beating. This is how in tune we can become with our own selves. And just gently begin to open your eyes. Bring your heels a little bit closer to your buttocks, and your feet and knees are hip width apart, and they're parallel to each other. So you're forming number 11 with the knees and with the feet. And then taking your hands right next to your palms are down. As you inhale, begin to lift your hips off the ground, taking your arms above your head, bringing the back of your hand on the floor above your head. And as you exhale, nice and slowly begin to lower your hips down, lower the arms down. And see if you can maintain that same length of breath that you did. So if you're inhaling for 4 counts, can you lift your hips up at the top of your inhalation? Your hips are going to be highest and your fingertips are touching the floor above your head. At the bottom of your exhalation, your hips are all the way down and your hands are all the way down to the floor. And the same thing if you're inhaling for 5 counts, do the same thing. So really keeping that connection with the breath. The breath moves you, it moves your body. And exhale. Now, can you begin to add one more count to the breath? So perhaps we can all go to 6 counts inhalation, lifting all the way up. And 6 counts exhalation, lowering all the way down. This becomes almost very meditative. You're moving with the count of your breath, and at the bottom of your exhalation, your hips come down as your hands come down. Now, can you breathe in for 7 counts? Inhale, 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 inhale for 7 counts all the way up. And same thing with the exhalation. Can you exhale for 7 counts all the way back down? Nice and slow, moving one vertebrae at a time all the way down. And then this time we're going to go for 8 counts, inhaling for 8 counts all the way up. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And exhale all the way down, nice and slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then as you inhale this time, lift for 8 counts, and then you're going to pause for 2 counts. Inhale, lift for 8 counts. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pause on top for 2 counts. Stay here and really feel the breath flowing in the body. And then exhale for 6 counts. Down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And that's it. Just pause here for a moment. Notice the shift in your body. And then begin to windshield wiper your knees side to side. Notice the shift in your hips. Maybe you feel a little bit more space in your low back, in your front side body. Draw the knees towards your chest. Rock a little bit side to side. And then whichever calls to you, whichever side calls to you, just roll over to that side and come up on all fours. And as you come up on all fours, notice that the hands, the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders, and the knees are directly underneath the hips. And we're going to just do some cat-cows here, moving with your own breath, lifting the chest up as the tailbone goes up. And as you exhale, I want you to pull the belly in, take your hips all the way back to the heels into child's pose. So we're moving like a wave, inhaling, coming all the way up. Lift the chest up, let the tailbone go up towards the sky. Exhale, pull the belly in, your hips go all the way back to the heels. Maybe your forehead can come down towards the floor. Inhaling, rolling your chest open to the front, lift the tailbone up. Exhaling, pulling the belly in, round the back, and take your hips all the way to your heels. And then this time, as you come forward, come on all the way back, up on all fours, lift the chest up, inhale, pause here. Take your right leg back behind you, tuck the toes under and lean onto that side. So really lean into the calf. Feel the stretch on that right calf. Inhale. Keep the chest open, lift the tailbone up. Exhale, bring the knee back down and round the back. Inhaling, lift the chest up, take the left leg back behind you, tuck the left toes under and lean back. So that the more you lean back, you feel the stretch in the calf. Lift the chest up as the tailbone goes up and exhale. Bring the knee back down to the floor. And we're going to move side to side just like this. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Right leg goes back. Tuck the toes under and lean onto that side. And then exhale. Bring that right knee down. Inhaling, left leg goes back. Chest goes up. And exhale. Left knee comes down. One more time. Inhaling, right leg. Chest goes up. And exhale, knee comes down, inhaling, left leg, chest goes up, and exhale, knee comes down. This time, as you come to the center, bring your back to the neutral, so your spine is in a neutral position. With your inhalation, lift the right leg all the way back behind you, lift the chest up, and then as you exhale, bring that right knee to the outside of the right shoulder. Inhaling, taking that right leg all the way back, lift that right leg up, and exhale, cross that right leg behind you. So the right leg goes behind the left leg, bring the toes under, and then lean onto that left side. So now we're moving through this sequence, inhaling, coming back to the center, exhale, bring the right knee to the right shoulder, inhaling back to the center, exhaling, toes go behind the left leg and tuck the toes under and lean back. One more time. Inhaling, coming back to the center, exhaling, right knee to the right shoulder, inhaling, coming back to the center, exhaling, cross the leg behind your left and then pause here. So this time as you pause here, can you lean onto that left hip and you feel a really nice stretch in the outside of that left hip. Some of you may be able to bring your elbows down towards the floor, bring the forehead down. But really feel that stretch in the IT band, piriformis on that left hip. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then with your inhalation, bring that leg back to the center, back to tabletop pose. Your spine is neutral again. With your next inhalation, lift the left leg up behind you, please. And as you exhale, bring the left knee towards the left shoulder. And keep that high if you can. Inhaling back to the center. Exhale, take that left leg behind you and cross it behind that right leg. Tuck the toes under and then lean back. And we'll just do this 2 more times, nice and slow, with your own breath. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Exhaling, left knee to the left shoulder. Bring it up high if you can. Inhaling, taking the leg back behind you. Exhaling, left leg back behind you. Cross it behind you. And then you can even take your gaze back to your left heel. Inhaling, coming back to the center. Your exhalation brings the left knee to the left shoulder. And exhale, and then your inhalation is going to take your left leg back behind you. Exhale, cross it back, and then we're going to stay here, pause. So as you stay here, really lean onto that right side. That right hip gets a nice stretch, the right piriformis. You can even come down on your elbows if you like to. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then with your inhalation, you're going to come all the way back to the center. Bring the knee back down towards the floor. We're going to do one more sequence here on all fours. Inhaling, lifting the chest up, tailbone goes up. Exhaling, taking your hips back to the heels, back to child's pose. And then this time, your inhalation is going to bring you all the way back down to the floor. So you might need to bring your elbows in front of you. You come to Sphinx pose. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. And stay here for a moment. Feel the stretch in the front side body. Then as you exhale, you pull the belly in and begin to round the back and take your hips all the way back to child's pose. Take a nice deep inhalation here, exhale. And your next inhalation is going to bring you back to Sphinx pose. So you see how we're doing this? We're just going from Sphinx pose to child's pose. Inhaling, lifting the chest up. Exhaling back into child's pose. And last time, inhaling, coming forward into Sphinx pose. Lift the chest up. Exhaling, take it back to child's pose. Very nice. This time, you're just going to tuck the toes under and then slowly begin to lift the hips all the way up into downward facing dog. So because this is your first down dog, I'd like you to walk your feet a little bit closer to your hands. As you walk your feet closer to your hands, this allows you to bend the knees so you can lift the sitting bones up towards the sky. And then you can wag your tail here a little bit side to side. Notice if there's a side that is a little bit more tighter, a little bit more tension. Just kind of soften through any areas of tension. Notice if you're holding tension in the shoulders and the neck. Can you wave the neck, rotate the neck side to side, shake the head, nod, whatever it is that you need to do to make sure that the neck is free of any tension. Once you feel that you're letting go, releasing any unnecessary tension, then you can walk your feet to the back of your mat to the regular downward facing dog. But I also like you to keep the knees bent. As you keep the knees bent, the hamstring is out of the pose, so you can really lift the sitting bones up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath here. Exhale. And then with your inhalation, you're just going to walk your feet all the way towards your hands. As you walk your feet towards your hand, have your feet be hip width apart, so that the feet are not together. Your left hand comes in between your toes, your big toes, directly underneath the knees, the nose, sorry. Then bring your right hand to your right hip crease. And you're going to sculpt that hip crease back, bend the left knee, and slowly begin to rotate open to the side. So you're coming into a nice little twist. Your left knee is bent. Your fingertip, your thumb is sculpting that right hip back behind you. Your shoulders are soft from the ears. And then you can go as far as you want to. Then you can slowly and gently and gracefully lift the right fingertips up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, bring your right hand all the way back down. Bend the right knee. Take your left thumb to your left hip crease. Sculpt that left hip crease back behind you. And as you do that, your chest is naturally going to open to the left. Soften the right shoulder away from the ear. Inhale. And then as you get deeper into your twist, your left arm can reach up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale. With your next exhalation, bringing your left hand all the way down, and we'll go side to side, just like this. Bend the left knee, reach the right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, bring the right hand down, bend the right knee, reach the left arm up. Inhale. Exhale, bring that left hand down one more time. Left knee bends, right arm reaches. Beautiful. Exhale down, right knee bends, left arm reaches. And exhale down. And then coming back to the center, drop your head all the way down. Make sure the back of your neck is completely released. Bring your hands to your hips, please. And with your inhalation, just come all the way up, lifting the torso all the way up. If you feel any lightheaded whatsoever, bring your chin down to your chest. But pause here into Tadasana for a moment. Plant your feet down. Engage the quadricep. Engage the buttocks. Pull the belly in. Your chest is lifted up towards the sky. Shoulders are down. The bottom of your shoulder blades. Imagine you have wings back here and they're ready to take off. So you open the shoulder, open the heart, open the chest, heart space. Palms are open towards the front. Back of the neck is long. Chin is gently moving towards the sternum, the breastbone. The crown of your head reaching up towards the sky. Very, very active pose, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhaling, reaching your arms straight up towards the sky. Exhaling, folding forward, swan dive all the way down, bend the knees deep. Inhaling, coming halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, fold, placing your hands all the way down on the floor and take your left leg back behind you. Bring your left knee down to the earth. Inhaling, reaching the fingertips up. And exhale, elbows out to the side into cactus arms. And we're gonna move back and forth with this. So inhaling, letting your hips drop open. Exhale, reach the fingertips up and take the hips back. Inhaling, moving the hips forward, reach the fingertips, elbows out to the side, exhaling back. So I want you to really focus on the shoulder blades. As you bring the elbows out in cactus form, imagine you're doing pull-ups. Really mobilize all these big muscles on your upper back. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time, please. Inhale, lift up, and exhale back, and then stay here. Bring your elbows close to each other. Take a nice deep inhalation. Maybe even give yourself a nice back bend. Exhale, bring your hands to the earth. Tuck the left toes under, and then step that left foot up to meet the right. Inhaling, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway up. Exhaling, fold forward, taking your right leg back behind you, bringing the right knee down towards the floor. Inhaling, lifting the arms all the way up. And exhale, elbows out to the side. Do those push-ups once again. Use the latissimus dorsi muscles, these big muscles on your back. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Shoulders are soft away from the ears. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Moving back and forth like this really allows the joints to open up nice and slow. So there's no jerky movements, there's no forcing. Your joints slowly begin to open up one at a time. Inhaling and exhaling. One more time, please. Inhaling and exhaling. This time stay here. Bring your elbows together, hands together in prayer pose, and then reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Maybe you can even let the head drop back if that feels good on your neck. Lifting the chest up, giving yourself a beautiful back bend, and exhale. Bring your hands to the earth and step your right foot to meet the left. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhaling, fold forward and let the head go once again. And this time maybe you like to sway your upper body side to side, just letting any kind of tension that you may have picked up in the last pose, release it, let it go. Don't store any tension in your body. Your inhalation is going to bring your hands to your hips and then come all the way back up into your mountain pose, Tadasana. Pause here for a moment. Inhaling, reach all the way up. Exhaling, swan dive all the way back down to the earth. Inhaling, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhaling, fold and take your left leg back behind you, left knee down to the earth. Inhaling, reach all the way up. You've been here before. Exhaling, elbows out to the side. Let the hips drop down. Now this time, I'd like you to twist over to the right. So you're staying here with the cactus arm. You're just twisting your body to the right. Inhale. And exhale. Take your right hand to your left thigh. Your right hand finds your left hamstring. And reach the left arm up towards the sky into a back bend. Inhaling. And exhaling, bringing your left hand down to the earth. Lift the right knee, left knee off the ground. So you're going to tuck the left toes under. The left knee picks off the ground, and then you're into your twist, reaching the right arm up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, bringing your right hand down to the floor. Step the left foot to meet the right. Inhaling halfway up. Exhaling, fold forward and stepping your right foot back behind you, bringing your right knee down towards the floor or to the floor. Inhaling, reach the fingertips up, soften the shoulders. Exhaling, let the hips drop and elbows come out to the side. Pause here. As you lift the chest open, exhale. Begin your twist over to the left. Take a nice deep breath in. Stay here. Take your left hand to your right hamstring and right fingertips reach up towards the sky and stretch open that entire right side. Inhaling, exhaling, creating the length that you've, keeping the length that you've created. Bring the right hand down towards the floor and you're back into your twist. If you like to, you can tuck your right toes under and pick up the right knee off the ground. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, bringing your left hand all the way back down and step your right foot to meet the left. Inhaling, coming halfway up. Exhaling, fold and bend your knees deep and then sway side to side again. So always in these forward folds, letting go of any tension. No tension necessary. Taking a nice deep breath in, come back to the center, bringing your hands to your hips and lift the torso all the way back up into Tadasana. Plant your feet down, palms open towards the front of the room. Soften the shoulders, take a nice deep breath in and exhale. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhaling, lift the chest up. Exhaling, fold and step your left foot back behind you. Now this time you can keep the left knee off the ground if you like to, or you can bring it down. It's entirely up to you. Inhaling, reaching the fingertips all the way up. Exhaling, elbows out to the side, just like we did before. Inhale here and exhale, twist over to the right. Take one breath here, and then your exhalation is going to take your right hand to your left hamstring and reach up. Inhale. Exhale. Either bring the left hand down next to the right foot, just like you did, or bring the left elbow to the right knee. Your option, your choice. If your elbow is on your knee, you can bring your hands into prayer, into your twist. Whatever you're doing, keep that left knee, left quadricep nice and strong. So you really imagine a wall behind that left heel and you're pressing your left heel onto that imaginary wall. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale. Bring your hands all the way back down to the earth. Step your left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway up. Exhaling, fold and step your right foot back behind you. Again, your choice. You can either bring that right knee down or keep the right knee off the ground and pick up your torso. Lifting your fingertips up. Inhale. Exhale, elbows out to the side and lift the chest open. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, twist over to the left. Inhale. Exhale, bringing your left hand to your right hamstring, reaching the right arm all the way up to the sky, really lengthening that entire right side. Inhale. Exhale, either bring your right hand on the inside of that left foot, or you bring your right elbow to the left knee. If the elbow is to the knee, you can bring your left hand into prayer pose. Keep that right quadricep nice and strong. Imagine a wall behind the right heel and you're pressing onto that imaginary wall. The crown of your head reaching towards the front. Take a nice deep inhalation. Exhale, bringing your hands all the way down to the earth and step your right foot to meet the left. Inhaling, reach all the way up and exhaling, bringing your hands to your heart center. Beautiful. Take a big step back with your right foot, please. And then I want you to align your right inner arch with your left heel. So the left heel is aligned with the right inner arch. Spread your feet wide apart from each other so that when you bend the left knee, you can still see your left middle toe. Your left knee is aligned with the left middle toe. So your legs are in warrior two. Bring your arms out to the side, palms up. And then draw the elbows close to you. So bring the elbows as if your elbows are gonna hug your rib cage. Turn the hands so that the palms are facing each other. Imagine you have a block in between your hands and you're squeezing the block in between your hands. So now this is really good for the rotator cuff. I want you to really stay with the elbows next to your rib cage. Keep bending that left knee. Stay with the elbows next to your rib cage, and all you're gonna do is press the hands open, nice and slow. So the elbows are staying next to the rib cage, the elbows are staying like glued to your rib cage, and you're pressing the hands open. Now notice if your wrists are cocked like this, keep the wrist neutral. So all the movement is happening in your shoulders and upper arms. Press back and then slowly release. Nice and slow. So this is really, really deep, subtle movements for the subtle muscles in your shoulders. Press back and slowly release. Press back, very nice. Keep bending into that left knee and then release. Press back, press it open, keep the elbows right next to you and release. Very simple movement, but very effective. Press back, excellent, and then release one more time. Press it open. Imagine my hands are pushing your hands and you're pressing my hands away. Keep the elbows right next to you, stay there, and then release. Excellent, straighten that left knee, turn your left toes in, right toes out. Bend the right knee so that you can still see your right middle toe. Your right knee is aligned with the right middle toe. And the right heel is aligned with the back arch. Inhale, lift the arms up, palms up. Exhale, elbows to your sides. So this time, we're going to do the opposite movement. So you're starting out this way. Make sure your wrists are not cocked, that the wrists are neutral. And then you're just gonna press your hands in. So imagine you have a beach ball in between your hands and you're trying to pop it. All the way in, nice and slow, and then release out to the side. Inhale, keep that right knee bent. Exhale, press that beach ball in between your hands. Inhale out. Exhale, press it, push it, like really resist it. Keep the elbows glued next to your sides. Inhale out. Exhale. I know these are very simple movements, but they're very good for the subtle muscles in your rotator cuff. One more time. Inhale out and exhale for the health of your shoulders. Really press. Imagine that big beach ball and you're gonna pop it in between your hands. One last time. Inhale and exhale. Slowly press it in. Beautiful. And then shake it out. Walk your heel to your feet closer to each other. Turn your toes out, heels in. So now we're in the horse stance. Bringing your hands on top of your thighs. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, bring your left shoulder towards your right knee. Inhale into the center and exhaling. Just go side to side. I love this movement in the morning, especially just kind of open up your low back. Inhale your hips, exhale. Inhale into the center, exhale. Inhale into the center and exhale. And then come back to the center, and we're going to do this kind of a little goofy thing here. So as you bend your knees, bring your right hand down and touch. And then as you come up, do a little hop and bring your feet together. And then hop out again. Bring your left hand fingertips and touch. And then come up and hop up. Right hand touch, come up, hop, and hop up. Left hand touch, come up top, and hop up. Right hand, hop, and hop. Left hand, hop, and hop. Right hand, hop, and hop. Then you might start feeling your heart rate coming up a little bit higher. Right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand. One last time. Right hand and left hand. Whew, very nice. Your hands come down, sway side to side. Your heart rate is up. Take a nice deep inhalation. Lift all the way up. Exhale. Bend the knees, bring in your hands to the center. Inhaling, reach out, gather new energy. Exhale. Bring your hands all the way back down to the center. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Gorgeous, beautiful. Walk your feet in together to the top of your mat. And we're going to move through one more standing sequence, and then we'll get down to the floor. Inhaling, reach up. Exhaling, fold. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling, fold, and step your left foot back, your right foot back. Come to top of the push-up. Inhale here. Exhale, either come down to the bottom of the push-up or bring your knees down, your chest down, your chin down. Inhale into low cobra or upward facing dog. Wherever you are is perfectly fine. Exhaling, fold, tuck your toes under, and either come to the tabletop pose or top of the push-up. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling, lifting the right leg up. Exhale, right knee to your chest, and step the right foot in between the hands. Spin the back foot flat. Inhale, coming up to warrior one. Exhale into warrior two. Aligning your feet, front heel to middle arch. Inhaling, reach back behind you. Straighten that right knee. And exhale, begin to reach the right fingertips to the front. Now this is a good place for your block. You can put the block behind that right foot, or even your hand can come to the right shin or right gut. But I really like the block here. Inhaling, reaching the left arm up. And then as you exhale, I want you to take the left arm above your head and take your gaze to your fingertips. Inhaling, keeping your gaze on your fingertips, reach the fingertips back behind you. And exhaling, reaching the fingertips above your head and reach up. Inhale, reach back behind you. Really energize the legs, pulling up through the inseam of both legs. Even the back leg is nice and strong. Inhaling, reach forward. Exhaling, reach back. Your gaze stays with the fingertips. Inhaling, reach up. And exhaling, reach back. And last time, as you inhale, reach up, pause here, bend that right knee. Take your left hand all the way down to the earth. Pick up the left heel off the ground, and you're coming back into your twist. Inhale. And then exhale, reach the right fingertips over your head and stretch that entire side. Inhaling. Exhaling, bringing your right hand all the way down to the earth. And pull the belly in. You're going to swing that right leg back behind you into three-legged dog and downward facing dog. Inhaling, lift, left leg lifts behind you. Exhale, left knee to your chest and step the left foot in between the hands. Spin the back foot flat and lift up into your warrior one. And exhaling into warrior two. Sink low into your left knee. Turn the left palm up, reach back behind your exalted warrior. Stay here, and then slowly begin to straighten that left knee. As you straighten the left knee, you create length in that entire left side. Inhale, exhale, reach the left fingertips in front of you into your triangle pose. Take your block with you, put the block behind the left foot. So I'm just gonna turn around so you can see me. So my back is not towards you. The block is behind the left foot, or you can just put your left hand on your left shin. Reaching the right arm up, inhale. Reach the right arm above your head, stretch it open. Bow that entire right side. Keep your gaze to your fingertips and then reach back behind. Inhale and reach up. Stretch that right side. Exhale and reach back. Inhale and reach up. Exhale. I really feel this stretch. Every time I reach the fingertips above my head, I feel this stretch in that entire right side body. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale and reach up. And exhale and reach back. Beautiful. This time as you reach up, pause here. Bend the left knee. And then you're going to bring that right hand all the way down towards the floor. Pick up the right heel off the ground, and you're going back into your twist. And this time, inhale, reach the left fingertips over your head, stretch out that left side. And exhale, bringing the left hand all the way down to the earth. Plant both hands down, pick up your left foot behind you, three-legged dog, and downward facing dog. And this is your last vinyasa, so you have options. You can either come to top of the push-up, bottom of the push-up, upward dog or cobra, or bring your knees down, your chest down, your chin down, lift up to cobra or upward dog, and then everybody go through top of the push-up and downward facing dog. And pause here for a moment, feel this stretch as you lift the sitting bones up towards the sky. Rotate your upper arms away from each other as your forearms come towards each other. Inhale. And exhale, bring your knees down to the earth. And just sit back in child's pose for a moment. As you sit back in child's pose for a moment, I want you to turn the palms up. So turning the palms up always opens the shoulders. And anytime we have the shoulders rotated in and up towards the ears, we're creating so much tension here. So turn the palms up and see if you can already feel the opening on the upper shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale. And then slowly coming back up. And I'm going to give you options. So we're going to go into pigeon prep. If pigeon prep is good for you, you take that right leg back behind you, bring the right knee down to the earth, and then step the right ankle towards your right rib, towards your left wrist, I'm sorry. So this is your pigeon prep. You can stay here or you can come down on your elbows. If this is not good for your knees, and I don't want you to take any pain whatsoever in your knees, just do this on your back. So figure four is a great alternative, and you feel the same stretch. Choose whichever pose is best for you, and we're just gonna stay there for about 2 or 3 minutes. I've learned that stretching the hips especially just takes a little bit longer. So in order for the body to open up on its own, these longer stretches for the hips will eventually allow more of a natural opening. It increases flexibility a lot easier than static or dynamic movements. So just stay here for a moment. If you're on your back, just stay there in figure four for a moment. Take a nice deep breath in. Wherever you're feeling the tension, send your breath to that space as if it's a massage there. It's like your breath is massaging more space, more opening in that right hip. keep the breath moving into your body. Sometimes I even send light into the spaces that are a little bit tense. So whatever visualization works for you, whether it's the movement of light or the movement of breath, send it to that space. Inhale. And exhale, slowly come out of the pose. And we're just going to switch to the opposite side. So whatever you did, whether it's on your back or in pigeon prep, do it on the left side. If it's pigeon prep, you take the left leg back behind your left knee to the chest, and then step that left ankle towards the right wrist. And you slowly come down on your elbows if you want to, or you can come all the way down. If you're on your back, you're lying on your back, your left ankle goes on top of your right knee. You can always interlace your fingers around the hamstring or the shin. Whatever works best for you is the pose that you should do. So don't feel that you have to do a pose just because the teacher tells you. Please allow your body's wisdom to be your guidance. Your body has more wisdom than any of us can imagine. So allow your body to tell you what is right. If there's absolutely any pain at all in your knee in pigeon prep, get out of it and go to the other pose on your back. And then the minute you get there, just breathe. The only necessary thing in yoga is your breath. If you're not breathing, then you're not doing yoga. So breathe deeply into wherever you're feeling the stretch, whatever allows you to release the tension. And the breath is usually a very good co-conspirator. The minute your breath is shallow, you know that something is tense in the body, whether you're fighting or running. So allow your yoga practice to get you more connected with the nuance of your breath. And stay for another moment. Nice deep breaths in, exhale. Your inhalation is going to lift you all the way back up. If you're on your back, please come on up to a comfortable seat. And we're just going to take our legs out to the side. So legs are wide apart from each other. They don't have to be way away from each other. In fact, it's a little bit better if they're not. But what I want you to do is take your hands and just kind of spiral each of your thighs under. And by doing that, what you're doing is you're allowing the sitting bones to go back behind you. So notice if you're sitting this way. If this is how you're sitting, then I would prefer that you sit on top of a block or even a blanket or a pillow so that the sitting bones go back towards the back wall and they're not tucked down. And your knees and the toes are pointing straight up towards the sky. Okay? So a lot of us tend to sit this way. Make sure that you're sitting nice and tall. If you may already feel the stretch. If you're feeling the stretch, stay here. Your hands can even go behind you so you can really lift the chest up. And from that point, you can start spreading the legs a little bit wider. If, and only if, you can keep the back straight, then you can begin to move forward, okay? So the minute you feel like you're rounding the back, just back up. It's really not that important. It's not that important. Make sure that the spine, you love your spine. The yogis realize that, we can have a bum leg and we'll be fine. But the internal organs are the most important things in yoga. So keeping the spine healthy, that allows you to keep all the internal organs healthy. So lift the chest up. Keep your spine nice and neat. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale. When you have a good, strong spine, healthy spine, nice and long, your posture is better. Your lungs are much more open. You can breathe easier into your lungs. When we're collapsed, the lungs collapse, we can't breathe. So keep that in mind. Anytime you're doing anything, whether you're running, jogging, doing yoga, long spine. Take a nice deep breath. Even if you're sitting there watching TV, exhale. And then slowly begin to come on up. Draw your knees to your chest. Inhale, reach the fingertips to the front, and exhale, roll all the way down to the floor. Inhale, draw the knees to your chest and rock a little bit side to side. And then you're going to put your feet flat on the floor as wide as your knee and mat. So let your feet be really, really wide from each other. And you're just going to windshield wiper your knees side to side. This is another really good one for your low back. And next time your knees are over to the left, stay there. And this might feel it, you might already feel the nice stretch. If you want a little bit more, you can take your left ankle on top of your right knee and just let the weight of your ankle stretch out the IT band on that right side. Your gaze can either be up towards the sky, or if it feels good on your neck, you can turn your gaze over to the right. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And inhale, taking your gaze towards the sky if it's not there already. Taking your feet back down onto the floor. Windshield your wiper your knees. Windshield wiper your knees. Windshield your wiper your knees. W. And side to side. And then when your knees go over to the right, stay there. Maybe you already feel the stretch. If you want a little bit more, your right ankle can go on top of your left knee, and your gaze can go to the left if you like to. Now that your practice is starting to get more quiet, you let the breath be just natural. You're no longer needing to control your breath, so let the body breathe itself. Feel your belly nice and open and receptive. Your heart's open and receptive. Your mind is quiet. And then slowly bring your gaze back to the center. Pick up your knees all the way up towards the sky. Draw your knees to your chest. Once again, rock a little bit on your knees and on your hips, and then take your legs straight up to the sky. So this is really good if you don't have a block. You can stay here. If you have a block, I highly suggest putting the block underneath your hips and make sure the block is nice and stable. And then you pick up one foot and then the other foot. So we're doing a supported shoulder stand variation. If you want to do a shoulder stand, you know how to do it and you feel comfortable doing it without assistance, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, this is a really, really good option to do, especially at the end of your practice. You allow all the blood in your feet to come back to your heart space. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale. And it's a really calming pose, this Vaparita Karani. You can do this against the wall before you go to sleep. If you have tendency for insomnia and can't fall asleep, this would be a really good pose to practice right before bed for like 10 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, just next to the wall. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale. And then slowly begin to bring your feet all the way back down to the earth. With your next inhalation, lift the hips up, lower the hips all the way down to the floor once you remove your block. Bring the bottom of your feet together, let your knees open up wide to the side. Inhale and exhale. And then you can slowly begin to extend the legs straight into your final pose, your Shavasana. We're going to stay here for about 2 or 3 minutes. So I want you to really allow yourself to be comfortable. If you need to put a block underneath your head or a blanket underneath your head or a blanket on top of your body, or maybe you like to put a blanket underneath your knees, however it's going to work for you to be comfortable so that you can really rest. These moments of rest is when we're actually building, recovering. So the moments of recovery is when we're actually allowing our bodies to heal. So let yourself just recover, integrate what just happened the past hour. Close the eyes, let the forehead be smooth, let the tongue be heavy. Notice your body breathing itself. And as you lay here in your final pose in your Shavasana, offer yourself gratitude. Offer this physical body of yours gratitude for allowing to move just like you did just a few moments ago. How wonderful, what a blessing it is to be able to move like you did. Even if it's with aches and pains, the ability of your body to move through the day, the ability of your mind to even want to practice yoga this morning. Give yourself love and appreciation. And with that sense of gratitude, love, compassion, and appreciation for yourself, your body, your mind, and everyone around you who has supported you and guided you through the years, begin to deepen your breath. Draw your knees to your chest, rock a little bit side to side on your back. And then just notice which nostril you're breathing out of a little bit easier. Roll over to that side and pause for a moment of gratitude. With the strength in your top arm, press yourself to a comfortable seat. Bringing your left hand to your heart, right hand on top of your left hand. And as you bow down to yourself, lift your heart to your own head. And I am grateful to have had this opportunity to share this practice with you this morning. Have a beautiful morning. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you deeply. Namaste.